Are you having issues reaching behind your back, whether it's to wash your back or put on your pants? Well, in today's video, we're going to be talking about some quick and easy exercises to help loosen up that shoulder to make reaching behind your back much easier. And stick around until the end to find out which exercise helped me the most. So before we get going, let's get a baseline. And as you can see, I have trouble reaching behind my back, hovering around that mid-thoracic region. So let's see which exercises help me the most. All right, first exercise up is the sleeper stretch. For this, you're gonna have to lay down. Now, I'm gonna be stretching my right arm, so you wanna be laying on your right side. To set up, your arm is gonna be elevated to about 90 degrees here. Elbow is gonna be bent to 90 degrees as well. You're gonna take your other hand, you're gonna place it right on your wrist. Now, like a door hinge, rotation stretch down towards your other hip here. Okay, so you don't want your elbow extending. Keeping that shoulder blade down, you're gonna push until you feel resistance. When you encounter resistance, what you're going to do is do a light contraction back into your hand. So you're gonna be pushing up. Hold for 5 seconds, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax the shoulder. Gently push down further into the stretch with your other hand. Once you hit resistance again, you're gonna push it again into that hand. Contract, pushing up for 5 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. Allow that arm to drop down just a little bit more until you feel resistance again. Contract again, 5-second hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. Allow that arm to drop a little bit more. And now what we're going to do is hold this for 30 seconds. And this is going to result in a stretch into internal rotation, which is very important for reaching behind the back. All right, let's see if that sleeper stretch did anything. And as you can see, not too much for me, hovering around that mid-thoracic region still. So not only is it important to have flexibility of the shoulder to reach behind your back, but it's also important we have enough spinal flexibility, specifically of the thoracic spine. So here's a great exercise to improve thoracic mobility. To perform this, you're gonna have to go against a wall. So I want to improve my ability for my right arm to reach behind my back. So I'm gonna lean against the wall on my left shoulder. I'm gonna go into a hands and knees position. I'm going to take my hand, put it right against my chest. Okay, this isn't about the shoulder, it's about the thoracic spine. So I'm leaning right against this wall. Now I'm going to try to pivot my body and try to point my shoulder up towards the ceiling. This wall is going to prevent me from shifting to my left, and it's a great way to isolate thoracic spine extension and rotation mobility, which is needed to reach behind your back. So I'm going to hold for 5 seconds at the top with each rep, come out of it, take a second, and then right back in, trying to go further and further with each rep, in about 10 repetitions. Let's see what this one did. And again, really no significant difference, still hovering around that mid-thoracic region. All right, those were some isolated exercises to help with internal rotation of the shoulder, thoracic extension and rotation. Now let's take it up a notch with a more of a combined motion. So for this one, we're actually going to put our hands behind the back. I call this the chicken. So what you're going to do is try to lace your hands together, your fingers just like this, lace them together, place them below your low back just to start. You're going to squat down just slightly, and what you're going to do is hinge at your hips while looking straight and trying to keep your elbows forward. Okay, so don't let them go back. Try to push your elbows forward, hold 5 seconds, come back out. Come up 1, hinge forward, elbows forward, looking straight, 5-second hold, and then come back out. And each time we're trying to work our way up our back. Again, make sure we're keeping those elbows forward, don't let them drift backwards. Come back out, a little higher. Hinge forward, 5-second hold, and just work your way up the back as high as you can until you just can't go any further. All right, let's see if the chicken did anything for us, and about the same range of motion. Next up is the functional internal rotation stretch. So we're actually going to be reaching up our back now. To assist this, we're going to need a strap and a wall. And the wall is really important for this exercise. We're going to be placing the corner of this wall right in the front of the shoulder. This is going to help prevent our shoulder from dumping forward and compensating. We want to keep this shoulder back so that when we stretch, we're really getting some good targeted stretching to the shoulder and not losing it because the shoulder blade's coming out of place. So strap. I'm going to be looping around my shoulder. I'm going to be stretching my right hand, so I'm going to reach behind, grab the bottom of the strap. This hand's going to be my pulley hand, pulling down, and as you can see, my arm's coming up my back. Before I even stretch though, right shoulder's going to go right against this wall, leaning, some light to moderate pressure. And then once I'm situated, I'm going to pull down with my left hand. My right arm's going to just go for the ride. Once I've encountered the first point of resistance, what I'm going to do with my right hand is gently pull down on the strap, holding for 5 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to completely relax my right shoulder. My left hand's now going to pull a little bit higher. Once I encounter that first point of resistance again, I'm going to be pulling down with my right hand, holding for 5 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, relax, pull up a little bit more, and then one more time, 5-second hold, pulling down with my right hand. 2, 3, 4, 5, pull up as high as I can now, and now I'm going to hold for a count of 30 seconds for a low load, long duration stretch. All right, let's see if we got any gains. And we actually did, about 2.5 finger widths more than the baseline. Exercises so far have been passive, meaning we've been kind of stretching into it using my other hand as an assist. Now we're going to be recruiting a little bit more of an active exercise where my right shoulder is actually doing most of the work. Now the difference is one is more focused on mobility, the other now is going to be focused on motor control, meaning my muscles are actually facilitating the motion. Now to perform this exercise, we need a resistance band, something that's going to help assist me. Now notice I have it a little bit higher around shoulder width. And instead of resisting me, this is actually going to help me into the motion. So to perform it, I'm going to bring this band behind my back. I'm going to grab it with my right hand. This is the one that I want to get moving. So to perform, I'm going to reach up as high as I can, keeping that shoulder down so I don't compensate. But notice this band is kind of helping pull me into this motion. So it's a little bit of a stretch, but at the same time, it's more of a motor control exercise because not only do you need plenty of flexibility to do this motion, you also need the muscles to be able to control it. So after you do your exercises to regain mobility, this is a great one to follow up to regain neuromuscular control or motor control of those muscles, to use it functionally. Now I'm going to perform a lot of reps. I'm going to perform about 15 to 20 reps, trying to maintain good posture, keep that shoulder blade down, and not shrugging up. And I'm reaching as far as I can with each rep. And would you look at that, a full 3 finger widths more motion than the previous exercises, much easier to get into this position as well. As you can see, the neuromuscular re-education one, or the one that actually was the assisted active exercise, helped me reach behind my back the most. Now that might be different for you, as all of us have different issues. Sometimes it's stiffness, and sometimes it's actually the recruitment of the muscles itself. So try them all, find out which one helps you the most, and individualize your treatment. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Physio Show. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you can learn more about your body, how it works, and what it needs to keep moving.